While the Search Everything function on the library website is a particularly helpful tool, it is sometimes more useful to go to a particular database. To access specific databases, you will need to click on the link on the left-hand menu that says Databases. It will bring up a new screen that lists all of the databases the library has access to from A to Z. If you know the specific title, you can use the letters up at the top here to find it. If you're not quite sure where you want to go, but you're looking for a database that contains coverage on a particular topic, you can use the drop-down menu up in the all subjects and find a particular subject matter, and if you click on it, it will pull up databases that have coverage of that topic. I'm going to show you how to use Academic Search Complete today, so I will just click on the link for Academic Search Complete. If at this point in the process you are asked to sign in, it is just your Oneana username and password. When I am looking at this screen, I will notice that it is an EBSCO database, and most of the EBSCO databases look like this, so once you know how to search one, you're pretty good at searching all of them. The name of the database will occur up in the upper left-hand corner in green. You can limit your search options, so you can limit to full text, you can even limit to scholarly peer-reviewed journal articles, you can limit by publication date, and you can limit by publication type. You can even limit by language if you would like. I'm going to leave it just as it is, just for the demonstration purposes. If I type in a keyword of climate change and hit search, it will bring up results for me in just a second. It's taking a little bit. There we go. It will bring up results for me. When I'm looking at my screen, I can see that over on the left-hand side are some of those refined results that I saw on the beginning screen. If I forgot to check a scholarly peer-reviewed journal box on the initial page, I can go through and click it here. It will update my results for me so that everything I see is now a scholarly peer-reviewed journal. I'm going to uncheck it for demonstration purposes. So don't panic if you forgot. You can always change it after you get your results. That can also be helpful if you find that some things are showing up in your results list that are kind of impeding your searching. You can always filter them out. When I'm looking at my results list, I see there are a couple different things. There are some videos, and then in our first two results, one of them is HTML full text and the other is PDF full text. If you can get the PDF full text of an article, I always recommend that, and I'll show you why in just a second. If I click on the title of this particular article, it will show up in a new page. This is kind of like the record page of an article, and when I'm looking at it, it will contain the abstract of the article. I like to point that out because it's a helpful thing to look at before you just download an article and print it out. The reason for that is the abstract is kind of a summary of the article, so it's going to tell you exactly what the article is about. So while the title of an article may seem like it's going to be very helpful, if you read the abstract, you can see sometimes it's maybe not going to be so helpful. So reading the abstract can really save you a lot of time when you're doing research. The other thing I want to point out in just a minute is the tools located on the right-hand side, but I'm going to talk about that PDF full text. So when we click on the PDF full text to access the full article, you'll notice that down at the bottom, and sometimes it's located up in the upper right hand corner, is the page number, and this is page 619. When I look at HTML versions of an article, it usually does not include a page number and it looks just kind of like a website. So when you're doing your citations, you need these page numbers. So if you can get the PDF full text of an article, it really helps with your citations. The other thing is, it also usually includes all the information you need for a citation, so if you can download the PDF full text, you're usually pretty good and you don't need to go back in to find information. And you can download it using this little download button in the upper right hand corner. Alright, so if we go back to the results list and click back on that article again, I'll show you over on the right hand side there are some tools. So you can save these articles to your Google Drive, you can email them if you need to. If you want to save a link so you can go back to it later, I recommend do not grab the link from up here. Grab the permalink. So over on the right hand side, if you click on permalink, it'll then pop up this permalink here. The reason for that is because the databases need to authenticate you as a user, and this will help the database authenticate you. This will not help the database authenticate you. The other thing to pay attention to is this cite function. So if we click on that, it will then bring up citation formats for us. A lot of you like to use these citation tools. They can be helpful, but I like to give a warning that they are usually not 100% correct. So if you are going to use them, you should double check against the citation guides that the library has, because they usually do not contain 100% correct citation. Right off the bat, I can look at this MLA and notice that it is including EBSCOhost as the name of the database, when in reality, the name of the database is Academic Search Complete. So if you are going to use these citation tools, I highly recommend that you double check them against the citation guides. And that is a little tutorial of how to use Academic Search Complete.